Depending on the character's roles, some liberties to keep the plot moving are unrealistic. What I'm focused on is learned behavior, something you see over time. That is why I like series, because it starts to develop a character into a person and it constrains the writer into how the character can react. If you violate the spirit of the character, then you soon will find interest in the books will disappear. While the thoughts are inspired by the book, it does not imply the writer intended to inspire the thoughts I have. In the 70s, men were not encouraged to feel at all. Fox Olson, as a teenager, was alive with his lover Doug. Doug was expected to avoid the draft because of health, so he didn't have to come out. Yet all he had to do was say he was gay, and he'd never have been drafted. Fox did come out, and he did not go to war while Doug did. It's not like Doug could just turn around and say after he was accepted he was gay. Who was going to believe that? No one wants to go to war. Fox never recovered and went back into the closet. Married and was unhappy with Doug. He was free and open, and the desire to create just flowed out of him. Married, he spent so much time focused on hiding parts of himself that he couldn't afford the time to be creative, leaving him broken and depressed. A wife that knew something was wrong but never cared enough to see how unhappy Fox was. All she valued was proving her father wrong. When Doug comes back and Fox disappears, you see Fox was becoming alive again. Yes, he was clingy and emotional. He'd hidden everything, and all of a sudden it was okay to be him, so yes, for him he saw Doug as more than what he was. He was a lifeline. Still, he had so much to offer, and all of it was lost because he failed to be himself. He focused on being acceptable to others, and it made his life hell. And when he died, only 3 people mourned him: a secretary, Doug Sawyer, and Dave Brandstetter. They cared, and none of them ever had a chance to know him as well as those that tossed him out when he had nothing else to offer. The closet has a high cost, and you do it to be acceptable. But you were expendable, and I think that is a lesson we should all remember. It's hard to be the ugly duckling, but being accepted by all is a fool's dream and will only leave you broken and frustrated. While the thoughts are inspired by the book, it does not imply the writer intended to inspire the thoughts I have. The attempt is to start a discussion and get people to think about human behavior from the perspective of the closet. How this might lead to problems that make friends or partners or even business relationships difficult. I can understand why some would dismiss this effort. I find reminders in how the characters behave with memories of my own experiences and then explore that aspect. It's meant to start people to think. It is not meant to imply I am right. If you do not share the ideals with others, then how will you know if you're right? When talking, the focus should be on challenging and exposing your ideals, not in changing other opinions. That would only lead to frustration, since the only person you can change is yourself.